Hey everybody, and welcome back again to yet another episode of the Wish You Were Beer show. I always want to do that like a 1940s announcer for some reason.
I always want to be like, "Yeah, we're back!
Yeah, we're back!"
Yeah, exactly. For those of you who don't know, this is a live beer review show that we do every Thursday here on YouTube. We also broadcast it on Facebook.
This is the live beer review show?
Live beer review show. Yeah, I said that.
Okay, sorry. I thought we were doing a different... I thought it was Wednesday night. Okay, this is the beer show. Got it.
Yeah, we're not quite hanging with Mr. Cooper yet.
No, that's what I thought. I came prepared.
We also broadcast this on Facebook, also Twitter, YouTube, obviously. But make sure you follow along with us. If you're logged into your YouTube, you can actually comment along on the show with us. Tell us what beer you're having. Hang out.
Play trivia. Tell Daniel how cute he looks with his hat.
Oh, yeah. Please make sure we up those comments.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to you earlier, but...
Yeah, thanks. But also, we use Untapped on the show. That's where we check in all our beers for the show and individually. So make sure you follow us individually on Untapped. Follow the show on Untapped. You can see all the beers we've had in the past. You can go to our website, which is thewishyowerebeershow.com. We've got our schedules up there, all the beers we've had. We've got some blog material. Basically anything you want to know about the show, the beers we've already had, or beers that are coming up. We've got all that information out there somehow.
And we even have bios.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Mine is completely made up, which is great. So I 100% lied about everything other than my height. I am 6'4". Doesn't come across here. I'm sitting on the floor, actually. Tiffany's on a stool. So
I'm also actually 6'3". So
wow. Big day.
I retired from basketball pretty early.
As always, I'm Daniel. This beautifully sweatered woman is Tiffany. And Phil got a new sweater as well. How you doing, Phil?
Oh, there it is. I'm doing good.
Wrong boob there, Hoss.
I'm with bad weatherman today.
I love it. So you're obviously in front of a fake fire, which is nice. I think this may be the best looking setup you've ever had on this show.
Yes.
Definitely one of them, for sure.
This is a pretty good one, I'm going to say. It
seems like a lot of material to put on the back of a garage door, but I hope it works out.
It's nice when you're not in prison all the time and you're allowed to have books and a shelf.
Yeah. You're allowed to have books and a shelf in prison. It's just made of concrete. I heard.
Got some eucalyptus. It smells great.
Tiffany, you going to survive in that sweater this whole show? Or
I know. I don't know how she's doing it.
What?
I would be
You're the fan on.
I know, because I'm already sweating.
I'm slightly chilly.
Wow.
Like just on the arms that are open.
The arms that are open.
When you don't wear pants, you can get a little cold.
I was going to say, that's every show, though. Yeah. Well, actually, everyone knows I wear pants because I've gotten up to pee multiple times throughout these episodes.
This is true. I usually try and slink off.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, Phil was in town with us over the weekend. So he... What? Yeah, exactly.
Charles.
Sorry, Charles is feeling very jealous.
Is that where I got this sweatshirt?
I believe so. I don't recall sending it to you, so I assume that's what happened. But Phil was in town with us over the weekend, so we got the chance to really kind of brewery hop our area. And if you follow us on Untapped, crossed a lot of milestones.
I broke 900.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I
showed up first day, which was terrifying.
Yeah, we thought that was going to be a milestone you'd hit on Sunday.
Yeah, we should know better at this point.
I know. Yeah. Well, and you were drinking for three, so to speak. So you got to have tasters and multiple beers instead of drinking full beers, which goes a long ways.
Yeah,
it is exactly how our numbers are what they are, because we'll get 2 flights, and so we basically get to check in 8-ish beers between the two of us.
When you see me check in 24 beers, it's really 12. So what's the big deal?
Okay.
Yeah, I have to say, I was number hungry all weekend, I want to say. I think because that first day I was like, I got to break that 900. And then after that, I was like, my mindset was just in the numbers rather than,
welcome to almost being at 1,000 beers.
Yeah. Once you cross that 1,000, you'll be like, who cares anymore? I might check it in, I might not.
Yeah. I mean, my tongue is just starting to get back.
We had such a variety of beers. It was.
But I had an absolute blast coming down there. You guys have a good beer scene down there.
Yeah. And it's growing up a lot too, which is fun. So there's a couple of staples that have been around for 5-6 years now, some even longer. But there's a lot of little ones that have been around a year and a half, less than a year. Which is kind of fun.
Variety, it's like you don't just go to a brewery and you just expect a brewery. Like you guys have a really good variety down there of different styles. There's really something for anyone, which is cool.
And like all the venues are, different in their own unique way, and the way their breweries are all set up, and like the tanks. And because while you're here, we do know some people, so we convinced them to let us go in the back half of their.
I don't remember convincing anyone. I think you guys just walked me back there and just started walking around, showing me stuff.
There was a couple of them where that happened. Yeah, I was like, nobody said no. No one yelled stop. Okay.
We just walked around. Just basically, it was like where you walk around with the clipboard, and they just like, oh, obviously they know what they're doing.
You got a hard hat on and a suit and tie. People think you're the boss.
Yep.
We got to drink a dark lager straight out of the tank, which was fun.
That was great.
So good.
Yeah, that was good.
That's
always my favorite.
That was great because we just saw one of the people working there do it, and we were just like,
"Oh, that's a thing."
Like, oh, you want to do that too? And I was like, "Yeah, of course I do."
A bear shit in the woods? Of course I want to drink straight from that 100-gallon tank. Come on, just fill me up, boss.
Just.
Pretty much.
So Phil, where do you live today?
Today I'm in New York City. I am back where this all began.
Yeah, true story.
Minus the bathtub.
Yeah, minus the bathtub.
You don't know. There might be one here. This is New York. I couldn't.
That's very true. Depending on what size unit you're in, the bathroom is very close.
Yeah.
Nice. So how long are you in New York for?
I'm here through the weekend.
Okay.
And today I went to Talea.
Ah, that's fun.
Yeah, we took a few pictures. I'll put them up on Instagram at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went down to Brooklyn and saw the space. It's gorgeous. It's nice. Pretty much I walked in and it was exactly what Tara had explained it being.
Yeah. And for those of you who maybe didn't see that episode, we actually had Talea on the show. Good Lord.
Like maybe 2
months ago or so.
Maybe a little less than that.
Yeah. So we got to chat with them a couple of months ago, and now Phil's been by there and actually got to hang out in the space and have more beers, and that's always fun to get like a return follow-up almost.
Yeah.
And to really like see the work in action, it's like how she explained the whole place. I walked in, I was like, oh yeah, this is the exact vibe that she said they were going for.
And that's kind of always fun when you hear it straight from the person who's trying to portray something or do something for the community or for herself, and then you walk in and it's like, oh damn, they're nailing it.
Yeah.
Like that's always it's always impressive to me because I'd like to be a bunch of different things and never quite achieve it.
Well, it was really cool because she had talked about how they opened up at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got there around 2 and walked in, and there's like people on their laptops working. They have a coffee station. So then there's like that mix of like the people who show up at a brewery at 2 o'clock on a Thursday mixed with the people who are still working.
Yep.
And
what's the 9 o'clock crowd like? That interests me more, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
The coffee.
Oh, that makes sense. I don't know what the rules are.
Yeah.
No, so we didn't ask her about that.
Really cool space.
They don't open the taps until later on for the beers, and that. I think she said that.
I mean, that would make good sense, but I think people drink differently than I do, apparently.
Yes.
Because over the weekend I hit 3,000 beers on Untapped.
Yeah, way to rub it right in my face.
No, honestly, I thought about it yesterday. I was at a work convention, and there was a gentleman who also is a big beer person. And I haven't seen him in like 2 years because there haven't been these style conventions in person.
The pandemic.
That shit. And so before we went to dinner, like before they even opened up the dinner space, he's sitting at this little round top table and he's got 2 beers from Maryland where he's from, big 16-ounce cans. And he's got like 12 little individual taster glasses that he brought with him, like plastic ones. He's like, you got to try this. And there was like 5 people around the table who were beer people. And he's like, this was a 12%er. It's a double stout. I was like, this is going to be great.
We're going to get a lot of work done.
Yeah. Well, this is after the whole day. So that's why it was great. It was like 9 hours of coursework. And then, yeah, great. Give me a triple hazy. I love it.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was up past 12:30.
I don't believe it.
I swear to God.
It was. I have text messages to prove it.
Yeah. None of them appropriate.
I got the same ones, Tiffany.
Oh God, I texted our group thread, didn't I?
You did.
Oh, I love it.
I saw something I don't know if I need to see again.
Well, that is. Oh, again, you said.
Yeah.
Well, this would have been again when you saw it, so don't lie to yourself. So, do you got any plans while you're out there to do? You're gonna try to stop by any other places, anywhere that's piqued your interest?
I'll probably head back to Torch and Crown on this weekend,
Cool.
just because it's Torch and Crown.
Yeah.
And then probably a few other. I'm not sure yet. You know,
Okay.
those are kind of the 2 ones I want to hit. But I also am very busy seeing Broadway shows.
Yeah.
So, you
Hey,
know,
if it's open and you're there, you gotta go.
you gotta.
You got to.
And I did see the Alanis Morissette Jagged Little Pill, but we can talk about that at our musical theater podcast.
That's so exciting.
Because no one will do it with me.
I will 100% have that conversation with you, sir.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon. I kept trying to say, hey, Shannon and sir at the same time. This is going to go great.
It's going well so far.
Yeah.
I'm feeling great. So, that being said, what I assume y'all know what we're doing tonight because I've been gone.
Yeah. Tonight we are doing another California beer.
Nice.
2 weeks in a row. Clearly, I was the one who sent these ones. And we are doing, it's called Pepper and Peaches. It's a India Pale Ale.
Okay. It's from Claremont Craft Ales.
Yeah, Claremont Craft Ales. This was just a random pick for me when I was looking for beers for the show, and I was in a beer shop in LA, and I was trying to find beers that I knew were kind of maybe ones that we definitely haven't seen before.
Sure.
And then like Claremont's kind of a weird place for a beer to be from in my eyes. So I was kind of like, yeah, let's see. And then Pepper and Peaches, like, what's that? So
I assumed it was the can art.
this time it wasn't the can art. I know.
I just assume that's what you do as well.
Yeah.
Like, I love that you just set that whole story up, and I was like, he picked the damn can.
I was like, oh, he likes the like peach color.
I mean, the can is pretty nice. It's okay. But
We'll get into your can art notes later.
I know what you like with your can art. You like the bright pop art style stuff.
Yeah. Like there's
Metallic,
you
sparkle, even better.
For me, this one was just the name, Pepper and Peaches. Just
When I saw that when you sent it to us and we put it on the calendar, I was like, boy, this is gonna go one to two great ways. It's either gonna be like a peachy beer, which is fine, especially with like an IPA, or it's gonna be really heavy on like the peppery end, which I've had. And when I say peppery, I mean like the spice. And I've had a couple of peppery beers like that, which is my jam.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited, no matter which direction it goes.
Yeah.
Or I'm just way out in left field and it's dank as shit and the name comes from something stupid we don't know about.
It's their dog's name.
Yeah, it's their dog's name or something. I'm like, oh, it's just an IPA.
Their dog and their cat. It's Pepper and Peaches. It's going to be the most basic IPA we've ever had.
God, that would actually kind of excite me as well. This is a win-win for me already. I'm going to go ahead and check it in.
Well, I did read a few Untapped reviews to kind of see what was going on with this, and I will say it's not just going to be a basic IPA.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. You've already gone through some of the reviews, which is good.
I like to look it up. I like to do a little bit of research before the show.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're just here winging it. Or at least I am. Which is fine. That's fine.
We always need one.
I'm not winning any trivia competitions or anything, but well, real quick before we get into history and facts, Shannon, I hope you guys having a great holidays as well. Continue to stay safe. Thanks for always stopping by. We appreciate it.
Take care.
For those of you unfamiliar with this portion of the show, that's an old sound clip that we're never going to get rid of. That really isn't pertinent to what we're doing.
I mean,
sort of is, but this is the part of the show where we do typically a little bit of trivia. If we do have a guest on, usually we'll have the guest do it with us, somebody who's involved in the brewery or the beer process itself. And we just go through some of the history and facts on the actual beer or the brewery. We'll play a little bit of trivia. So if you're signed into your YouTube or on Facebook or Twitter, anywhere else, it'll come through. It's a little bit of a lag, so bear with us on the comment section. Don't get mad at me if you said C and we give the answer away 2 seconds later. Like, we're not Elon Musk. I can't make this go any faster. But that being said, you can follow along in the comment section, so you can play trivia along with us as well.
It's all about the beer, so I'm sure you're going to know a lot about Claremont Craft
Ales. Their dog and cat. Already question 1 out of the way. Also, Phil, do we have anything else going on tonight important?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think there's any other reason that I'd be in this random apartment other than our guest host for trivia tonight
is
Vera.
Hi.
Vera, how are you?
We are here in Studio C.
Studio C. Oh my God, Phil, you have to make a thing for that. Yeah. Okay.
She's moving in, isn't she?
On the west wing of Studio C.
Right. She's just trying to get a tax write-off. I know the game. So Vero did a lot of work for us this week. I wouldn't say with us because, again, I don't do shit.
Work for us every week, just so you know.
Oh, no, correct. But so Vero put together trivia this week. So me, Tiffany, and Phil will get to play trivia against each other, and Vero will hopefully give us great.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna laugh at me. I suck at this.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
I love it. So that being said, let's get into it. Let's do question 1.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's see. Oh, it's weird if Tiffany's not reading this.
I mean, I can read it. Simon Brown, founder of Claremont Craft Ales, was originally A, an engineer graduated from Yale who lost his job, B, a high-end restaurant chef who hated his job, C, a dad who got a homebrew kit for Father's Day, D, all of the above, he is a one-man circus, or E, none of the above, all of these options are too specific.
Oh,
I'm sorry, that's an exclamation point. All these options are too specific!
Thank you. You were putting the wrong emphasis in the wrong syllable.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
Boy, whenever we throw that E in, that's that style, that always makes me nervous.
I know.
Especially if Vero did the questions, because this is immediately like a stab to get me to guess the wrong one right off the bat.
There's an all of the above and a none of the above. That's double whammy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going for no whammies. Well, that's a deep cut. So I actually, it makes sense for me for it to be an engineer. I like that option based off the can art alone. Hey, Andy. I assume. Could be Katie. Andy's going with E.
Hold on, I'm dying. I did some reading, and I feel like there's a lot of things in some of these that are untrue, but they're half-truths. And I don't know if Vero would have done that to me.
100%.
I know.
But then again, I would have done that to Daniel.
This is true.
I feel like when you do trivia, everything is geared at making me worse at it, and that's fine.
I'm gonna go with D, all of the above, and just really hope that I maybe just.
So he was an engineer, graduated from Yale, lost his job, started a high-end restaurant, hated it. Next Father's Day, he gets a homebrew kit, and he's like, "Fuck it."
Yeah. I think that's the story of Simon Brown.
I love that this Simon. Yeah, he how do you graduate from Yale and become a high-end restaurant chef? I'm going with A, though. I'm going with A. Because I think we've talked to enough beer people now at this point to know that a lot of it is engineering type stuff.
Sure.
There's always like the engineer, scientist guy, and then there's always the sales. So yep. I'm going A on this one.
Perfect.
And this is why Tiffany and I handle trivia week after week.
Okay. Because
it's all of the above.
What?
He went to college in Yale. He graduated and worked as an engineer for 20 years. And then his dream job was to open a restaurant. He lost his job as an engineer in the early 2000s in the dot-com crash. He went to culinary school, attended culinary school, graduated, and started working in a high-end restaurant as a chef. Hated it. So he went back to being an engineer. And he was always talking about how he would like to do like brewing. And for Father's Day, his wife got him a homebrew kit. And that is how it started.
Yeah, honestly, though, after hearing people that do shit like this, I hope this beer is awful. If this beer is great, I'm going to be like, what am I doing with my life? I barely graduated high school. I've been in the same job forever. Like, what am I doing?
You're just in the wrong generation of people.
Yes.
What?
You are like a boomer in a younger man's body.
I am old. That's fair.
That is true.
That is fair.
Your insides are definitely old.
So Tiffany and Vera won. Daniel, the usual.
This feels like a normal trivia for me, other than Vero. Oh, great.
Do you want to read this one, or you want me to read it?
No, Vero needs to read the questions.
Oh, I need to read the. Oh, why?
Yes.
Because Tiffany finds out the answer.
Some sort of.
Because your accent will make it more difficult for Tiffany and Bill.
Nope.
All right.
True or false? Claremont Craft Ales specializes in West Coast IPAs.
True.
Good Lord.
Ooh, just
hold on, we have the can.
I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a West Coast brewery.
Right. It's a West Coast IPA, I think.
But he graduated from Yale, which is not West Coast. So just because he's out there doesn't mean he gives a shit about it. He might do all hazies. New England's. I'm going to go with false.
Maybe he's a traditionalist.
I'm going to go.
And he's like,
we're making a lot of assumptions about this man.
I'm also going to go true here.
God, I would love to be the only one that gets this right, but based off of Vero's tiny face and this tiny screen, I'm sure I'm wrong.
But you could make it bigger.
I mean, I am very happy that you're keeping the tradition of losing because this is true.
Nailed it. I'm taking a lot of cues that I feel like I'm missing.
So it is true. Their primary focus are West Coast style IPAs, but they do like they infuse them with different things. Like this one with pepper and peaches, or they have a malted rye in their flagship that is called. I have no idea how to pronounce this in English because it's a Spanish word. So I'm going to pronounce it in Spanish. It's jacaranda. Jacaranda is a tree with blue kind of like bell.
God, here we go.
So, or they have another.
You guys think that's loud on your end?
I can only imagine.
This is a very loud house.
God. Thank God you're all in the West Wing. We don't want to wake up everyone else.
All right.
Sorry. So yeah, and the jacaranda. I don't know how to say it. That's the name of the beer, and it's in Spanish.
I mean, maybe I'm sure you're saying it correctly if it's a Spanish word.
I don't think there's an English.
We just ruin it. That's all we do. We try to like.
Or they have another infused with South American coffee, so they add stuff to their West Coast IPAs, but mostly is West Coast IPAs. They also have some bourbon barrel aged stouts and some blonde ales.
Okay.
Mostly is West Coast IPAs.
Interesting.
Sounds great.
Hey, wait, is this question 3?
We're going
now, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to open it?
I'm interested in this damn beer. I want to try it.
All right. Let's
I thought we
open it.
usually did it between 3 and 4. What is
Then
happening?
we'll start the question.
It's been
Let
months.
Vero read it while
I have a poorer now.
Yeah.
So Pepper and Peaches is an IPA brewed with A, red bell peppers and peach puree. B, a dash of Monterey black pepper on a hoppy peach infused IPA. Or C, pink peppercorns and fresh peaches.
Nope.
I want it to be C.
I'm going with C.
I'm also going to go with C, even though the thumbnail for this video would tell me it was A, but I am the one who created the thumbnail, and therefore, no, it is not A.
Know that these are stock photos for back.
And I just typed in peppers.
We'll put it on the show. No, I think pink peppercorns would go better with fresh peaches, and it sounds like if this person brews the way that we just mentioned, that I would imagine they would use fresh peaches versus like a peach puree, because that seems like almost half-assed. So
Or it's easier to ship.
I'm sure it's
Or
easier
maybe
to ship,
it's sustainable because they're like, oh, all these peaches are too bruised. We can't send these to the grocery stores. No one's going to buy them. So maybe we should upcycle these peaches into a puree.
We're making a lot of assumptions about this business. No, definitely.
If you don't like peaches, I don't think you're going to like this beer.
Yeah, no.
It smells like peach O-rings.
True story. I told you, I'm a fan of that. That doesn't hurt my feelings. And I think it is actual peppercorn. I don't think it's like red pepper.
Pink pepper?
I think it's pink peppercorn. Yes.
Yeah, so C.
It is actually C.
Okay.
Show over.
Daniel is winning. I mean,
Yeah, that's not how it works, Daniel. No. Explain.
You're still behind.
Yeah.
So at this point, we start drinking the beer so that we can start getting some taste for it, but we still got some more questions.
Yeah, but
We
you
did.
have to explain this.
What?
The
Pink peppercorn, peaches.
It's like I've never done the show before.
I know.
So this
Every
beer
time.
was initially made for the brewery's second anniversary party, but it became one of the best-selling beers that they had. The original idea came from their tasting room manager. Her name is Nicole Chrisman. She's an expert in herbs and botanicals, and she owns an apothecary because she started working. She grew up in a farm, and she said that the constant washing of her hands made her skin very brittle, very dry. So she started trying different herbs and everything. So she became very knowledgeable about all these things. And one day she suggested, this would match well together. Why don't you try it? They do give her the credit for the idea.
Interesting.
Well, I like it. Good job, Nicole.
We're not at that second part of the...
Ooh, it's peachy.
Next question.
Next.
True or false? Claremont Craft Ales has won.
Same here. Same here. Vera had to send me a photo of it because she saw my still frame, my thumbnail. She was like, you clearly got this wrong. I didn't fix it.
Ooh, 6 medals.
All right.
Okay, true or false? Claremont Craft Ales has won 6 medals in 5 straight years at the Great American Beer Festival.
Boy, I know. So we talked a little bit pre-show, and you guys said that the brewery itself was well awarded or well represented in the awards categories. But
This is
6
more
and,
than-
5, 6 and 5 straight years seems like these guys would be like everyone would be dying to get it. Then, like I would.
They're paying someone off at the Great American Beer
Hold
Festival.
on. I think my car warranty is
This is why we
expired.
don't think that's- This is why we can't have nice things.
That is unheard of to have that. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably breweries that do that, and it's not like in your face about it, or they're not trying to tout that and go around with it. But I just think if 6 medals in 5 consecutive years, like you gotta be killing it.
Yeah.
Vero, help.
Cheers from Argentina. I'm assuming it's
Thank you, Tiffany.
like health, I think. Anyway.
Help.
The sister is watching. We have an international audience. What the hell?
Vero sister.
She can understand you with your accent.
Oh, I'm sure. Trust me, we struggle the same. Same. No, okay.
Stop it. Okay, so I know they've won a lot of awards, but I don't recall them all being from the Great American Beer Festival. I'm
gonna say false. The numbers seem crazy to me, but everyone else should go true.
I'm gonna go true. Although I think there's some trickery here as well, Tiffany. I'm with you, but I'm just gonna go with true anyways.
Sorcery.
Yeah.
It was 5 medals in 6 straight years.
Yeah.
Something flip flop.
or they just weren't all the Great American Beer. I'm gonna go with false because we don't have the person on the show, so they're not here to be like ashamed that they didn't make this feat happen.
Now you're just playing psychology with Vero. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are friends for a reason.
I think there's some trickery with the actual awards, maybe not necessarily the number, but the where.
Okay. Give me the answer.
All right, answers are locked in.
It is true.
Damn it.
Damn it.
It is true. They have won between bronze and gold medals in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021.
Very cool.
And all at the Great American Beer Festival, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they have others. These
Yeah,
are just the American. Yeah.
But I mean, that's the big one, obviously, that people really aspire
it's the
to.
Great American
It's the
one.
great
so
one.
obviously, it's the only one that matters.
I mean,
Yeah. Otherwise, you call it
they won anything internationally.
you call it like the medium American festival.
Nothing would excite me more than if we had enough money to start a beer festival that was called the Medium American Beer
The so-so American festival.
Right. We only allow
See,
5 breweries.
It's okay.
Send
It's
us your
you guys.
worst brew of the year. That would be the best.
Send us your worst selling beer and we'll try it.
Everyone sends it and you vote on the worst of the worst.
The not so great American Beer Festival.
Well, that's like the what's the movie one version of that?
Razzies?
Yeah, the Razzies.
Yeah.
There
Beer.
Yeah, we should start that.
Or we call it the copies.
I'm sure it's being done.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But are they doing it live?
Ah,
Well,
Always my question.
yeah.
Yeah. To everything.
one more.
There's one more.
One more.
All right.
So now, how many awards does Pepper and Peaches have? 2, 3, 4, or none because it's not that good, really.
Mm.
Well, we know it's not D because we've already talked about how it was the 2nd anniversary and they've continued to bring it back.
Because it became a bestseller. So
Right.
it's not
Not because it's awarded. People like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but I could hand out awards like, oh, kudos to you, award from Tiffany. So, I mean, what kind of awards are we talking? I'm gonna go
I'm gonna say that it's 1,
C.
2. So you're going 4.
I'm going hard on C4.
Well, hard on C4 sounds like you run an explosives division of some type of.
Maybe I do. No one
Okay.
knows what I do for a
There's
living.
two FBI viewers, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
Sorry, they can run my numbers. it'll
So
be
you're
fine.
going with C.
I'm going with C.
I'm gonna say A, 2.
And then I'm gonna go B just to
Just
see
for the sake of it.
Yeah, so see who
Yeah.
wins this one.
Who do you think is going to win this one?
Obviously,
my girl. Obviously, Tiffany.
So D, it's not that because it's not really that good.
I missed the last one, so I don't know if I can really call myself a trivia champion.
True.
But I'm gonna do it anyway.
It won gold in the Great American Beer Festival in 2020, and then it won gold in the Northern California Brew Competition in 2019, and then it has 2 bronze medals in the Northern California Brewing Competition 2018, and another bronze in the San Diego International Beer Competition in 2017.
Oh, see, they are winning international ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joke's on you for saying that.
Yeah, we
They're
do.
not great though. They're just international competitions.
There are better ones, but just the straight up international one, it's the okay one.
So for those of you keeping scores, kind of
I won.
episode to episode, I have gotten 3 questions right in 40 episodes. No.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
It's gonna go in the bloopers. Only not real material.
You did get one, and
Yeah.
it was the one that I didn't get. So.
Yeah, it's a big day for me.
Yeah.
You're right. I guess I am feeling pretty good about myself.
Ridiculous.
Well, let's try this beer.
Oh, you tried it. I've got it.
All right. So again, this is the part of the show typically where we're actually going to give our reviews on the beer. Good, bad, ugly, what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. And this week we are reviewing Pepper and Peaches from Claremont Craft Ales out of California. Does anyone want to go first? Boy, not everybody at the same time. God.
I'll go first.
Okay.
But I wasn't expecting to, so
I'll go first then, Phil. I don't want you to blame your shit review on me for the next 10 years.
That's probably a good idea.
I think that's fair. This is really interesting, and I like almost everything about it. I don't like peaches, but I love peach flavoring. So I don't eat peaches, but I like the flavoring of it. And obviously it's heavy on the peach flavor, which is great. It is when you like on the front end of it, if you take a really hard like nose smell of it, you can actually get pepper. Like it's almost spicy, it's all peaches on the front, but then if you take a really deep breath of it, it's like spicy almost in the back of your nose, which is
most of the time peaches are on the back.
Really? That's for our Mario Kart thing, right?
Oh, sorry.
That's
right,
like
okay.
Saturday at 3 a.m. podcast.
I can't stop singing the Presidents of the United States Peaches song currently.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
sing it, though. We don't have the rights to it.
Thank you.
I won't.
The
I won't.
fact you even mentioned them, this show is over. No, so
You should look up that song.
I
For
like
anyone
the. Tiffany, would you like to review
Nope,
this beer
you're good.
today?
You like it all. It's great. You're giving it a 5.
Great, I'm finished. Tiffany's doing great.
And I ate today.
No, it's not quite a
So-
5. The only thing I can't figure out with it, I like the flavor of it. I like the smell of it. It's a pretty beer. Everything works really well for it. I still get a little bit of a weird aftertaste. Like now that I've had a little bit of it and it's been sitting for a little bit, like in the back of my throat, I almost get like a funky aftertaste. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know why. I don't know. Not a whole lot of beers do that for me. So I don't know if maybe it's the mixture.
Not the funky that you normally like.
Right, yeah. I mean, if it's a Saison or something like that, like you're going for something, it's the way it works. But for something like this, being an IPA like that, I don't normally get that kind of funky residual flavor. That's kind of weird for me. But still, I dig it. I'm going to go 4 1/4, 4.25. 4 1/4 stars, bottle caps.
Okay.
Right.
I have questions.
Well, we don't want to know about your review, Vero. Tiffany, you
Goes
wanna go next?
unplugged in Spanish. Goes offline in Spanish.
Don't worry about you, Vero.
You and your sweater give us a response about this beer.
So originally when I smelled it, it smelled like peach O-rings.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's I don't like the smell and I can't place it. It's not quite like cat box,
What?
like urine,
Cat
like ammonia
acidic
smell,
ammonia, yeah.
like that, like
Oh, no, I don't.
like you smell it?
No.
No.
I
Sugary.
think it's
It's like when
wrong.
you open a box of sugar, that smell for me.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Oh no, that's
It's like super sweet.
That's boxes
But
of cocaine.
it's like a mixture of things. I don't know. I can't place the smell.
Okay.
I don't think it's quite as ammonia-y as I described it. I feel like that was a pretty shitty review of it. But no, so the smell now is kind of weird. It's not terrible. I just don't want to smell it
Okay.
while I drink it.
Okay.
The flavors are unique. And it does kind of like start sweet and then it goes to like the hoppy, like West Coast style, but it's still really clean. I don't hate it. It's not a 4 for me. I'm going to give it like a 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like it's like it's not bad. I don't know.
Andy,
Oh no!
Andy, Katie, and Tiffany and I were at a local brewery,
Yeah,
and
I did not.
Tiffany and I did not care for some of their material, and Andy and Katie thought, "Oh, it's fine. I don't know what you guys are doing."
I think it's because I set them up for like so bad. Like I was like, "Good luck out there. We're here. We've got some beers for you."
Sorry, that's all. So, but 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like not terrible. Like still drink it again if I needed to or wanted to, but not something that if I'm at a brewery, I'm going to immediately order a second of it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes good sense.
I agree with that. So I want to say that this beer has won these awards for its uniqueness.
Yes.
It's definitely one of those ones that showed up at the award show and they were like, we've never had something like this before. And I think that's going to win you awards because but it's also really well balanced in those flavors.
Right.
I liked how peachy it was. That first smell of it was really crazily peachy, which was good. But I'm kind of with you at this point where I'm like, it's overly sweet now. It's getting too sweet for me, and that maybe my tongue is still burnt from the weekend, and that's the cause. But I'm the same where I really enjoyed it, but I would not want a second one because it's overly sweet for me.
Okay.
No, but I think you hit the nail on the head of like if this is going up against other IPAs, like it's really well balanced.
Yeah.
And especially like considering how different it is, like that it makes total sense that this would stand out.
Yes.
That would make sense.
You gotta bring some.
I did, Edu, I did.
You used your Puritan name.
For me, I'm going with the 3.75.
Okay. Well, I hope somebody can do fucking math. There's 4 of us now. All right. Pharaoh.
For me, the smell is too sweet. It smelled like peaches right out of the can, but now it's just sugar box. Too bitter, way too bitter for me. Nothing pepper on it.
Really?
I'm
you don't get any pepper?
I'm not getting a lot of pepper either.
There,
I'm getting like hoppy, like the bitter hoppiness, which is like a West Coast IPA.
Like for reasons of public knowledge, Phil and I are sharing this can, and I am happy we are sharing the can.
So you don't have to drink the whole thing.
So I don't have to drink the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Like actually, I don't think I can finish this.
Interesting.
Oh.
I love the immediate like, oh, we're cheersing now. Like, oh no, we're not. I apologize.
So for me, it's generously because of all the metals. So I'm gonna acknowledge that 3.5. But it's not. Now that I've tasted it, if I go there, I would not have one of these. Maybe I would ask for a taster to see if on draft it tastes different from the can.
Always a possibility. Yeah.
But just like not more than a taster. Yeah, I cannot see this other than the recipe winning so many awards.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it sells well though because it is a fun beer. It's easy to drink.
I think if you go there, you see this on the menu, you're going to order one of them. Like you're going to try it.
So, of note, this was canned in July. So IPAs usually don't keep super great.
I mean, if you keep them at room temperature, that's not... 6
months is kind of like a long... So maybe we're not rating it fairly, and maybe Vero's right in that if you're getting it on draft or it's like...
And she's traveled a long way.
She has traveled a long way.
Incognito. That's true.
But yeah, so I would like to try this again fresher.
Oh, now we're changing our story.
No, I'm still rating this particular time a 3.5. But I firmly believe in edits as needed.
You and your second change.
It's like that because, for example, that curtain up that I got you.
I'm going with 3.75, by the way.
Oh,
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
So 3.75 is our official show rating of the beer, despite.
Yeah, based on Untapped ratings.
So you got to win trivia to get the right score.
I give it a 3.5.
You know somebody. I know somebody.
Yeah. True
All
story.
right, so let's just look at a few. We're going to dig through some Untapped to see what some other people thought of this beer, see if we're on the same page, because we're probably going to see a lot of ratings from people at the brewery who have drank this
Also a possibility, yeah.
So, who wants to squint at that one?
Seemingly weird in a beer, but a good food pairing. Well executed, not overly sweet. The pepper still shines.
See, I do get a lot of pepper out of it, so I can agree. But that's also a good point. It probably would be a good food pairing, depending on, like, you know, if they have like side dishes and stuff. I know it wouldn't be for you, Vero. I think that it might fit better depending on if they do have a kitchen on site. If they're making certain foods, it might.
If this man isn't cooking at the brewery, or at least
he hates it,
or at least he's like created a like master menu, I would be disappointed in him. I don't care that he went to Yale and made it in the .com era, and then went to culinary school, and then mastered brewing at the same time, all within a 30-year period.
You gave it a 3.5. I can't really say he mastered it.
Okay. Yeah.
Moving on, people. Moving on.
I just like that he's at the Redbeard's tap room.
Yeah, what is this place? It appeals very much to me as a person for some reason.
It's like a pirate.
Yeah. So this, so what? 3 3/4.
Starts off peaches and ends with pepper.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you said?
He basically just read the can, though.
Isn't that what you said?
But no, the can says peppers and peaches.
Right, and the front nose of it has both of them. Yeah, and it's sweet on the front end. I do get pepper on the back. Yeah. My interesting thing for me is, does this person live in the area of Redbeard's tap room? Because he just earned the badge. So that means that's his first check-in in this area.
Maybe it's a new tap room.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be.
I don't know anything about Redbeard's.
Could not be trusted. A ton of fresh peaches on the nose. So many comments. Fruity hops and mixed peppercorn on the tongue. It's not mixed, it's pink peppercorn. So read a book.
Now they're
this is my favorite. It's nice with sushi and everything else. Why even mention the fucking sushi then? I know you're eating it, but if it's nice with sushi and everything else, just say it goes well with everything.
Also, like, I don't think, does peaches go with sushi? Like,
no.
Yeah.
No,
like,
mango goes with sushi.
Yeah. What is San Francisco Beer Panda up to? He's up to a lot.
That answers your question.
So,
San Francisco Beer Panda.
One of my favorite sushis when I was younger was mango, hamachi, and macadamia nuts.
Okay.
Hamachi is yellowtail. It was very good. So I'm okay with baby peaches being like a sweet thing with the sushi.
Okay.
Maybe not necessarily in the sushi, but to go with it. Because the mango was good.
Yep.
All right, last one.
Oh,
up my alley.
Christ.
I'm not ready.
Up my alley. By alley, I mean anal. Who is this person? I'm gonna find him.
Ryan.
Now, granted, I think this person and I might actually be dating. What is that? Mozzarella sticks with this beer? We're the same person.
Well, you were Ryan.
This beer goes well with everything. So
obviously, went from soup to mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
God, it even goes well with anal from the.
Who is this person?
I don't know, but I added him as a friend, so I'll find you.
Yeah, right, yeah, exactly. I love it.
After you drink a beer, what? Anyway, moving on.
All right, so overall 3.75 we gave Pepper and Peaches from Claremont Craft Ales.
Correct.
I have one. I just want everyone to know.
Vero just
Before we get into this, Tiffany has one.
Vero's like, should I leave? And I go, no. It's like, you better have one. She's like,
Yeah.
I do not.
I don't.
Welcome every week.
Correct. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the show, this is a portion of it where we all take a chance to say something that we wish was actually beer instead of what it is. So in Tiffany's sake, typically a social commentary in some capacity. In my sake, probably a dick joke. But it just gives us a chance to talk about something that is not beer that we wish was. And I don't have one. So if y'all want to fill some time.
I will go first.
Okay.
So mine is not social commentary, even though there is.
God, I wish I would have taken a big sip.
Even though there is plenty to be said.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is very easy. So Phil was in town this weekend. I took 2 days off. So I had a 4-day weekend, but I took 2 days off. I wish taking 2 days off was beer, because if it was beer, 2 beers would be perfect. Taking 2 days off of work was not enough. I could have taken another 2 weeks off and been totally fine. Sorry to all my coworkers to have left you with all that work after 2 weeks, but I took good notes. You should be well prepared. But no, I am really looking forward to like 1 more week or so of work, and then essentially having 2 down-ish weeks of work, because 2 days was just not enough. It was just enough of a teaser that I immediately wanted to be on leave again.
Fair.
I'm just tired.
They got it.
I need to sleep better. I just don't know how.
We've been hornswoggled.
So anyway, I wish that was beer.
Okay.
Just 2 is good.
2. Well, 2 beer. Tiffany said.
I got one on the spot
She got one.
in Spanish.
Now, if you do the whole one in Spanish, I'm not gonna. Oh.
Actually, I wish the holiday season were beer.
Okay.
I hate the holiday season. I hate it viscerally. It's
Really?
I hate it. There's like.
Your apartment says otherwise. You've got a fireplace. You've got.
Thank you.
Yes, I had the fireplace and 3 poinsettias. That's it. There's no way that a Christmas tree is gonna walk into this apartment.
So poinsettias are just a winter. They're not necessarily.
Yeah, it's because they are available in winter and I like them.
Yeah.
Basically. But I like if they were beer, I would be happy with them. And in New York is overwhelming. Like, stop spreading the fucking cheer. Not all of us want. I'm the Grinch. Like,
That makes so much sense.
yes.
God, that makes so much sense.
Yes, I don't. So I wish that were beer. I would be fine with it.
Fair.
Okay.
Getting a whole lot of beer then. Just take out the C.
That was yours because I took it away from you.
I mean, it was mine, but the exact opposite. I wish the holiday season was beer. I could drink it all year long. I could enjoy it, have so much cheer, and everything would smell like pine year round. So,
Could you imagine?
Not your elf.
yeah.
Yeah.
I am doing the show with elf.
Right
This is
now.
Elf on the Grinch live from the Upper East Side.
I ran into a coffee shop earlier and congratulated them. So,
World's best cup of coffee.
Congratulations!
congratulations, you did it.
I think that's the most exciting part of the season, really, is that we can watch all the movies that normally if I watched them any other time of the year, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Like what? Maybe Jingle All the Way, which I forced Daniel and Tiffany to watch this weekend.
I love the idea that we wake up in the morning, we're off work, so everybody kind of laid low for an hour in the morning. I come out here and Phil's watching Jingle All the Way by choice, not like we lost all cable channels and this one came on.
No, he like pulled it up on his phone.
On Hulu.
And then transferred it to the TV.
Yeah, I've got it saved on my phone just so I can transfer it wherever I'm at.
You could have looked it up on our Hulu account.
Nope. I gotta keep track of how many times I watch it.
Phil cannot be left unattended.
This is very true.
All right, Daniel, have you thought of one at this point?
Oh, I had one anyway, but
You're a liar.
100%. You keep falling for it.
I didn't fall for that one.
Yeah, fair. So honestly, I wish sitting was beer. I've been in a conference for 2 straight days, and I've been sitting for like 9 hours straight, going through courses and stuff like that. 9 beers. 9 beers is easy. Sitting for that long, by the time I got home tonight, I was like, I feel like I got my ass kicked, and all I did was sit the fuck around. Like,
the audience, that's what we do when we're working.
That's fine. And no, but you guys do that all the time. I am constantly moving and doing things. So to sit still like that, not from an like ADD perspective or anything like that, or ADHD, I need to be in motion in some capacity because I'm pretty sure when I stop moving, I'm just going to die. So
But no.
I wish sitting was beer because again, 8 beers is great. 8 hours of sitting sucks.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, I got a standing desk, but it's a lot of work to lift it up.
Exactly.
Okay. We have issues. We need therapy, all of us.
I could have told you that, Barrow. We don't need a show for that.
We have issues as our like Monday afternoon podcast.
That's our Oprah podcast where everybody gets a psychiatrist.
All right. What are we doing next week?
I have not. Oh no, wait.
Anyone have an idea? I don't.
Yeah, we're doing a cucumber kolsch.
I'm kind of excited.
Yeah,
about this.
from High Water Brewing, and they're
also to California.
That's another one from California, right? Yeah.
Yep. And I have a feeling that this one was also probably canned in June because it's probably a summer beer.
And that's fine.
That's our jam, is doing beers at the wrong time of year.
It's my favorite.
Some of us don't get to drink them.
Hey.
National Lager Day. Why don't we have a Pepper and Peaches IPA?
Today's Lager Day?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I was just throwing that out. Like that's
tomorrow is.
yeah. I love it.
So
it's Thanksgiving. Let's throw back a Christmas beer.
So maybe this doesn't need to necessarily be a live in public thing.
So should we just keep moving on then?
No, I'm gonna say it anyway because now at this point it's like teas are like I can't. I don't want to like leave.
Are we breaking up?
Are you leaving us, Tiffany?
Next
so
week.
Phil was in town for a couple days, and I fell really hard. No,
it's probably because he pushed you.
Sorry, down the stairs. No, there was discussion about maybe not doing next week live and taking a few weeks off. So not only would our Christmas show be non-live, but would.
You know what, Tiffany? We should probably figure that out as a show before we officially announce that.
Yeah,
I think you're first.
I'm trying to get Vero the ability to try this beer because she will not be able to try it next week because you went off and got your luggage stolen. I'm just looking out for Vero publicly.
Yeah. I mean, it was my fault. So.
It was. You should have locked your damn car. How many commercials do you need to see about this?
It's the new age cars. They lock themselves and sometimes they don't work.
Nope.
No.
Not fine.
So we'll figure that out off camera.
Either way, a show is going to be going up next week.
Yes.
Correct.
Right. You just might not be able to comment along, and
you can.
That's
You just be
fine.
lame.
Yeah, you're talking yourself.
That's on you.
So, Vero, I think Vero's going to close the show out because I love just throwing people under the bus right away. Go for it, Vero. How do we close the show?
In Spanish.
Cállate.
Daniel, you want to take it over?
Yeah.
Live from New York.
Well, I mean, technically,
Your beer.
I think that's also copyrighted. No, actually, thanks everybody for stopping by. Like always, make sure you subscribe and like our page. Find us on any of the social medias. Come by the website again, like we mentioned earlier in the show.
Share it with all your friends.
Share it with your friends.
If people message Claremont Craft Ales and let them know they saw the show.
Sure. Yeah.
We should probably say people to do that.
Yeah.
Just like bombard them 3 viewers.
Find Claremont on. I know they have a Twitter. I'm sure they have an Instagram, Facebook, and let them know. Tag everyone who's on those that they gave them a shitty review. I'm not on any of those, but make sure you let them know I've loved it. No, but make sure you like and subscribe as always. Make sure you keep up on us. Follow us along on Untapped. Find out when we have beer, when we don't have beer. Comment along every week. Send us messages. Let's have fun and have beer. But let's do it next Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep. Great. See you then.
Cheers.